Rupani, a general surgery resident. And today we have with us Dr. Sanya Rupani and Dr. Viren Shetty. Dr. Sanya and Dr. Viren have done their homeopathy from Bharatiya Vidyapeeth, Pune. They're currently doing their homeopathic MD pediatric residency. Dr. Viren was Maharashtra Rank 1 and Dr. Sanya was Maharashtra Rank 2. They're final year residents at ML Dhavle Homeopathic College and Charitable Hospital, Palghar. They're also co-founders of Magnum Opus, which is a teaching app for all the homeopathic students. So, welcome Sanya and Viren. It's great having you here.
Hi, thank you so much.
Hi. So, we all know homeopathy is an alternative medicine which believes in the theory of treating like with like. So, today let's dig in further of what exactly homeopathy is, starting with what made you choose homeopathy as your career option. We'll start one by one.
Okay, so I'll start. Basically, to be very frank, I could not get into MBBS, and that is how I chose homeopathy, because I did not want to repeat, because I was quite done with all the process that had happened. So basically, I thought, let's choose something that is little new and let's explore something which is quite relatable also. So I had seen many of my relatives taking homeopathy, and also I had taken it in my childhood. So I thought, chalo, let's try something and explore something. And this is how I entered into homeopathy.
Perfect. Dr. Viren?
So basically, like my father is a allopathic pediatrician. Means he has done his MBBS, he has done his MD pediatrics. So right since I was 10th standard, 11th standard, he always used to tell me that there is something called as homeopathy and there is MD pediatrics in homeopathy. So he inculcated that thing into me, and he showed me that you can do BHMS and then you can do your MD pediatrics in homeopathy, and you can practice as a homeopathic pediatrician. So basically, during his practice, he came across many parents opting for homeopathy for their children, for immunity or for something or the other. So I think that was my dad's vision, and then that put me into BHMS, and then now I've done my MD in pediatrics and homeopathy. So that was my journey towards homeopathy. I didn't know anything about this earlier. I was not aware of anything.
All right. I think here we have two very different and unique stories. A is Dr. Sanya, which is a very usual story that people want to get into MBBS, but you didn't get it, so you chose homeopathy. But in the long run, we understand that it really doesn't matter. It is just that phase of 11th and 12th where it is inculcated in our head ki MBBS is low. But in the long run, we understand that that is not the end of the life. Second, we have Dr. Viren, who has by himself, by choice, taken homeopathy. He always wanted to take that as his father wanted to. So we have two different examples in front of us. Going further, first of all, how long is homeopathy? How many years? And what subjects do we have? Do we have subjects similar to MBBS? And do we have other subjects which are specifically for homeopathy?
So basically, the course duration is 5.5 years. We have all the subjects that MBBS will have, except the pharmacy part. So now, but now recently in the new curriculum of BHMS, they have introduced the basics of pharmacology, just to understand what it is. And then the medicine part and the philosophy part is different. So there are a few additional subjects in BHMS, but you have to know everything about medicine. Like first year you will have anatomy, physio, second year you will have pathology, and then by fourth year you have medicine, third year you have gynec-op. So everything is the same. Even the books that we use are the same. So so regarding syllabus wise, it is same, and then there are a few additional topics, and 4 years of class, and 4.5 years of class, and 1 year of internship.
All right. So can you in brief tell us of what these additional subjects are, which are only specific to homeopathy?
We've got 4 subjects.
Yeah.
First one is organon of medicine and philosophy, where they talk about, they teach about the homeopathic philosophy. Homeopathy is based on what, all the philosophy part. The second one is pharmacy, that talks about the homeopathic pharmacy, how the medicines are made, out of what it is made, and all of that. Third one is repertory, where as you all know, we do case taking, which is quite lengthy. To find out the rubrics and everything, we have repertory part. And the fourth one is materia medica. So it's all medicines in homeopathy. So it's like more than thousands of medicines that we have. So mainly 4 subjects, which are primarily based on homeopathy.
All right. Post we are done with our homeopathy, what are our further options, like the specialization options?
So basically, after completing a BHMS, you have to give an entrance exam. So after MBBS, there is NEET PG. So after BHMS, there's something called as AIAPGET. So that's the all India level entrance exam. After that exam, then you can do MD in medicine, MD in psychiatry, MD in pediatrics. So these three are the clinical subjects. And then three subjects are regarding our homeopathy subjects like MD in repertory, MD in materia medica, MD organ of medicine, MD in pharmacy. Now two new subjects are added for homeopaths for to do MD in, that is MD in dermatology and MD in community medicine. So these are the two new subjects that will start probably from next year. So these are the
All,
branches where you can really do MD.
all right. So once we are done with this, what is it like coming in the market? Like, of course, we can practice as a homeopathic doctor. Like, what all are the options once we are completed with our education? Yeah.
So I think first thing that you can do is obviously you can do your MD. Second is you can go into government jobs as well. So you have got some opportunities, not mainly Maharashtra, but out of Maharashtra you have got certain exams. So you can become a medical officer. You have jobs in the railways as well. So you have all of that. You can go into lectureship. That's also a very good option. And it is very important to go into a government college. In Maharashtra, we don't have any of the government college, but out of Maharashtra, we have got multiple government homeopathic colleges. So that is a very good option because you get a good amount of pay also. So one is MD, the second one is you can become a lecturer, you can do PhD. Then there are certain jobs, like I told you, government, railways. And also you can go into research as well. So there are certain openings for research. You can do that as well. And also nowadays they've opened up a lot of this thing, like, you can practice in government hospitals like AIIMS and all of that. Also in Pune, now you can see many of the private hospitals have opened a homeopathic dispensary. So even all of that, there are many options at present. Now also we have options in hospital management.
All right. Perfect. So I think there are a lot of options, and now that you've spoken about it, one thing that you all have very successfully done. If the audience doesn't know, Sanya and Viren are co-founders of a very big educational app called Magnum Opus, which they have opened for all the homeopathy people who are aspiring to do their post-graduation. So it is an app which provides you with entire coaching and tests of all of it. So how did you get the idea of doing this? And do you want to speak about the entire Magnum Opus thing of yours?
Yeah. So basically, I think in 2020, when we gave our exam, so we had few 6 months or something that we had with us till college started. So we started teaching on Zoom, and then I guess lockdown hit that time, and so this online thing had just boomed. There was a surge in online education. So we started taking free classes on Zoom, Sanya and myself. And then as we went ahead, one student will ask you, why don't you have mock tests? And we started making mock tests on Google Forms. Then as we go ahead, someone said, why don't you have notes? Then we started making notes. As we went ahead, then after 1.5 years, we our own app where we have lectures for AIAPGET, that is to prepare for this entrance exam. And currently we have almost 10,000 downloads on our app. And so many BHMS students for their university exams also and for their AIPGT also, they do come to the app. And recently, like since last 1 year, we're giving mock test series only for 1 rupee. Means we are not charging money for that mock test series. So student has to just pay 1 rupee, come, and then you get around 40 grand mock tests and few subject-wise tests. So that gives them confidence. We're trying to do that. And yeah, so now we are basically a small team of 25 people who are running this thing. So that is there for the BHMS guys to use this thing.
All right, perfect. I would like to congratulate you because I remember in COVID times when Sanya was home and both of us were in Nanded, every time I used to go to meet her, she used to be on the device teaching people, taking the grand tests.
We've come a long way now.
Yeah, exactly. So listening to this took me back to, I remember, because few of the subjects are very similar. We used to discuss gynecology and the questions. And now that you said so many people in the app, that is so nice. Amazing.
So like initially we both were teaching. We were teaching, but now recently we have just had Dr. Aditya. He's done his MD OBGY from KM. So he's teaching now at our platform for OBGY. So hopefully surgery, you can once join us if once you
Would love to. Perfect. So now that we have spoken about homeopathy, are there any further options to go abroad after completing homeopathy from India? And if yes, how?
So one option is, and one good option is UAE. In UAE, there are posts, there are hospitals that hire homeopathic doctors. So again, you have to give another entrance exam to enter UAE, and the syllabus is same like how for the AIAPGET syllabus. And after giving that exam, then they also take your interview. That is the second stage. And then if you qualify that, then you get a license to practice there, and then you have to wait for someone to hire you. And like Dr. Batra is very famous in UAE, so usually they hire homeopaths for UAE. So UAE is one place which is good. I'm not sure about UK, US. It's more
UK,
privatized
you
sector
can
there.
still go to UK, but I think US is not the option.
Okay, all right. So going ahead, I have a small question for you. Everywhere in the market, for people who are not in the medical field, homeopathy means the sugar pills which are very tasty. So few people said that they really work, but few of them feel like it is just a placebo and it is in our head. So I want you all to clarify what exactly homeopathic medicines are and how do they work for people to understand.
Yeah, so this is the thing that really goes on. So basically, the medicines are made after dilution. So they are diluted to that extent where it goes beyond Avogadro's number, and you will not find the molecule of the initial substance that is used as a medicine. But there are researchers that have recently come out saying that they have seen nanoparticles in that. So that is only regarding the finding the medicine. But when, as you said, that it has worked for some patients it does not work. So basically, like for example, in fever we'll give paracetamol, but in homeopathy it is not like that. Like it's based on individualization. So if I give one medicine for one condition, someone else can give another medicine. It depends on that physician's judgment, and whereas both patients can get cure. So it depends on that individualistic approach. So the for the same disease, the medicines can be different. So it goes under the homeopathic philosophy, and also basically we ourselves have to experience this. Like for example, now currently where we are doing our MD, that is at ML Dhawale Memorial Institute at Palghar. So this is a charitable institute. There are many number of patients. So here, literally, we have seen cases. There was a patient of having necrotizing fasciitis. So we were posted in a village in Bhopoli. So we told this patient, we'll take you in our car, we'll take you to the surgeon, and then he will start treating you. But that patient was not ready to leave his home. He's saying, if I'll die here only, I'll be here. So then we started treating that patient. We started using homeopathic medicines to treat, because in the village there was no allopathic medicines. To visit the surgeon, we had to drive him to the city. So we gave him treatment. We did dressing for 1-2 months, and he completely healed. So that is my one experience. Then many cases what we have learned here in this institute. So it's very subjective. You have to experience this to understand it. And yeah, there are a few patients who are not better, but then we have to still work on these things. So there are two opinions in this thing.
All right. I think it totally makes sense. Again, I have a question for Dr. Sanya. For all the people who are repeatedly getting NEET UG because they aim to become a doctor, but they're not able to get through MBBS, what do you suggest through your entire experience? Do you recommend them taking the other branches? Do you at all regret not taking MBBS, which I know you don't, but for everybody else to know so that they can take a decision for themselves?
See, I feel this is a very nice question because in the market, it's like MBBS is the only thing that you have to do, and it's so. I know it's very good, it's very important because you need to have so many good allopathic doctors as well. But I personally feel that even I had entered this field with no experience. I had no one from the family who had done it. But now at this moment, what I feel is that whatever you do, you have to do best in that. Maybe allopathy, maybe homeopathy, maybe Ayurveda, anything, be best in that. Because at the end of the day, if your patient is relieved, be it with homeopathy medicine or allopathy medicine. At the end, if you are content, you are satisfied, you are able to give the result, it doesn't matter which path is. So I feel you should always do something which you would like and also be content with that. If you always feel कि नहीं यार वो करना चाहिए होता है, then it is something you can never go beyond that. So I feel whatever you do, you should do best in that. And that is what I feel at this moment. And obviously, I don't regret now. Initially, yeah, obviously you do feel that because when you say you are a BHMS, obviously people do feel कि अरे यार MBBS में नहीं मिला मतलब ये obviously वही होता है. See, 90% of the cases, to be very truthful, because see, Viren's case is completely different. But 90% of the people who enter Ayurveda and homeopathy, they enter because they don't get into MBBS. But in my case now, at this moment, I feel कि no, whatever I had done, it's for the good, and obviously God has its own plan. So, I did it, then I met so many good people also, and also we have started with new app. So this is something which is God's journey. So I feel whatever you do, you should do best.
Was through homeopathy, be it your career or your personal life. That was the plan for you.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So towards the end, Dr. Viren, any take-home message for all the aspirants out there?
So like just focus on your plan and work hard. See, there's no subject. Even you have to work hard, and we have to work hard. Even someone who's doing BAMS has to work hard. So you have to work hard. So whatever you're doing, just work hard, and then the results will follow. Just work hard at the right time. Means when you know that you have 8 months to your exam, so work hard in that period, and try to do it, and just get your goals sorted. Once you know what you have to do, then it gets more easier. So I just work hard. It's like.
Dr. Sanya, any last take-home message for all the aspirants out there?
So I would like to say that BHMS is not going to be a cakewalk. It is not easy. It is quite lengthy because you have so many subjects to deal with, not only anatomy, physiology and all of that, but also homeopathic subjects which are very, very lengthy. And one thing that I would suggest from my personal experience is that try going to a government college. Because in a government college, you have many patients and a lot of exposure. Like at this moment, when I am in a charitable hospital, I have a lot of patients, and this is how you learn, and this is how you can practice better. So I would just suggest that try going to a government college with good marks. So this would also help in your private practice as well.
All right, I think this will really benefit people because a lot of people really don't know what exactly BHMS is. Even I didn't know till the time Sanya got into it, and then one of my other cousin Nilofer got into it, and then we got to know exactly what it is. But for a lot of people who don't have information, I think this will really, really be helpful. Apart from that, whoever is watching and want to subscribe for Magnum Opus, I'll just put a link below the YouTube video so that you can just click on it, open the app and see what exactly it is. And on this beautiful note, I think we shall end. Thank you so much for joining in, Dr. Sanya and Dr. Viren. Bye.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much.